Illusionist. Um, we've got talking is a free action starting,
Are we back?
and nobody else can do it.
And you're sure none of the others can do it?
The Playmaker hasn't got out yet.
What do you mean he's not got out yet? Oh, for goodness sake. And the puppet's still sulking?
Yes, he is.
Oh, very fine. No, I understand.
Okay.
I'll deal with it.
I'm sorry. Can I have some? Can I have some jam? No, okay, bye.
Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to Talking is a Free Action. I am the Illusionist. I shall be your host for this hour of putting a denizen of the multiverse through a little maze of fun tricks and tests and trials and tribulations for your entertainment and delectation. For those of you who are new here, I represent the Question Masters, and we are on the never-ending hunt for knowledge. All sorts of knowledge, really. Anything from how you do your toast in the morning to how many heroes exactly it takes to take down a Tarask. And actually, no, put that on my to-do list. I do want to check that sometime. Anyway, this week, for your delectation, I have, can't be using the word kidnapped, borrowed. Who have we got? Oh, you, hello. This is Amaryllis. Everyone, Amaryllis, say hello to everyone.
Hi, everyone. Pleasure to be here, question mark.
Yes, it is a pleasure to be here.
Oh,
You're going to have a
exclamation
lovely
mark.
time.
Yeah,
Good. Yes, so Amaryllis, my dear, you're going to go through my Temple of Truth, and we're going to put you to the test. I'd ask you if that was all right, but it's happening regardless of your answer, so...
Once again, I have no choice in my actions, so let's do it. Sorry, I interrupted. Carry on.
Is that a common occurrence for you?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I'm sure we can get into that later, but I sometimes feel like I have no free will, if it's by my parents, my mentors, or my own magic.
I feel like we're going to have fun with you.
Hooray!
Anyway, before we get started, we ought to thank our sponsors and supporters. So please, Amaryllis, in whatever manner you see fit, please pay acknowledgement to the wonderful Phoenix Dice who have sponsored us. And we are supported also by Idle Champions and Bearded Ladies. They are wonderful people. And of course, the most hallowed of our supporters, the D20 Club on Patreon. Yes, oh, do you know the secret codes?
I don't know why I know it. I think it must have come to me in a dream, but is it like Thieves' Cant, where it's like a lot of hand signals?
Yes, exactly. And you must form the shape of a heart. There you go.
Yeah.
To show your appreciation for them. They are wonderful. If you want to join them and support us, there will be links in the space, the region known as chat, for you to explore those options for yourself. Now, how's this going to work? Well, Amaryllis, do you have a heptagahedron about your person? Not a heptagahedron, a hecatahedron. Thank you.
Oh, a hecatahedron. Yes.
A hecatahedron.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Oh, fabulous. So, would you please roll the hecatahedron for me? And let me know what number you come up with.
That's a 98.
A 98? Goodness, starting high. That's exciting. Now, so the way this is going to work, like I said, you're going to go through the maze, and this will probably take about an hour. Don't worry. At the end of the hour, you'll be whisked back to where you were, and you won't remember a thing that's happened. But if at any point you come across a trial that you find too irksome or tricksy or you're not inspired by, then you can just merely say talking is a free action, you see? And I believe, Amaryllis, you are connected to a higher being known as Tom. And if you call talking is a free action, then we'll put everything to the side and we'll have a little chat with Tom for a bit, and then I'll just help you through the maze. How does that sound?
Yeah, no, am I dead? Just check. This feels very like sort of... You're not the Lady of Pain, are you? Because she has a big maze, I think.
Oh, no, not at all. I do know her though. We had a great summer a few years back. But no. This, you're not dead. We do get this a lot. So
okay,
don't worry,
yeah.
you're not dead. Although if you do die here, actually, well, who knows? Not had anyone die on me yet.
Yet.
We are
Okay.
always on the hunt for knowledge, so it's always worth trying.
Okay, yeah, okay, 98 then.
98.
98.
Perfect. Well, the Temple of Truth awaits. Do you step forward towards it? And she will point towards a large stone temple with huge silver doors engraved with carvings and mysterious text you do not understand.
Wow, always tempted to run the opposite direction when it comes to this. Yes.
Please do, if you like.
To steal a joke from my own version of this, if I turn around, is there another version of an illusionist running a shop?
No, there is not. It's a long expanse of nothingness.
Hey, people, when you play a video game, always head back. You start, go to the left. Yes, yeah, no, I'm gonna head into the temple. Yeah.
Okay, great. You head up to the door. Feels like a metal door. Push it open. It's all pretty dark. As the door closes behind you. The illusionist. How is your night vision? You're a haggling.
I'm a haggling. It's always that thing where you're like, I assume that I have. Yes, I think actually. Yes, I have dark vision.
Interesting. So, in the dark, it kind of just feels like an empty stone chamber. That is dark, and as the door shuts, there is a brief second of nothingness.
The void.
And then suddenly the entire room just lights up with a furious blaze. Everything's on fire. It is now a room filled with wooden furniture, books, rugs, curtains, lampshades, I don't know, other things that might be on fire. They're on fire, and they're there, being on fire.
What then followed was Tom naming like 12 things and that saying, yes, it's on fire.
If you could name 5 things that could be on fire, what would those 5 things be?
Hello, welcome to is it Jeopardy or what it was, the Family Fortunes? They're like, do we have grandfather clock? Yes,
On
grandfather
fire!
clock. On fire. Yes, after wasting 2 minutes just listing things which are indeed on fire. Okay,
I am disappointed you didn't actually.
Oh no, okay.
Fire.
Is there a sofa?
Yes.
Is there a bookcase?
Yes.
Is there a portrait?
Yes.
Is there a cuddly toy?
Yes.
Is there a suit of armor?
It's this one.
My wife! Folks, I have a friend who was like, I want to see writer's working space, and I took a picture, and she's like, why do you have a puppet in a suit? I was like, she's my wife. She's like, more questions.
We've gotten out of character already. Back in character. Everything's on fire. Princess of Armor, it's on fire.
Okay. The temptation to cast gentle repose on myself and just accept my death.
Just
Yeah, just. Okay. Is there? There's a door behind me, and that I assume. Is there a door across the room?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. Perception. That's a 9.
The fire is pretty darn fiery.
Okay.
It's big licks of it sort of. You're trying to see through the little gaps, and just as you move to the side to look that way, a big flick of flame goes past.
Okay. I can't believe I'm gonna have. There doesn't happen to be any other bodies in here, does there?
Did you name any bodies in your list of things that were on fire?
I named a suit of armor, and sometimes there could be people in suits of armor, Nat.
Roll me a D100.
I was about to go, you roll D100. I was like, yeah, no, cheers. It's a 93.
Turns out there's a body in that suit of armor, I guess.
Cool. I can't animate yet. Folks, I'm not going to spoil the rest of the campaign, but I don't get to cast as much necromantic energy into the world as I would like. And now, off you get. as I flick through the book and yeah. Hi, welcome. Cool. In your suit of armor, I need to get out of here. Can you clear the way for me to escape, please? Thank you. I'm gonna call you Henry. You're my friend now.
Henry will sort of like wildly flail and push aside the sofa. Does Henry get a stat block?
Henry doesn't.
Oh, I can't be asked with it. No,
yes,
he throws the sofa aside.
Yeah,
he's strong.
He's a zombie. He's yeah.
It's a very light sofa.
And I'm just a little lady, so how could I possibly? As black necrotic like scarring appears from my eyes. I'm just a little girl. I'm just a little sweetie.
Actually, to be fair, this is yet again another party where if anyone is required to be strong, we are screwed.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, Henry throws aside a sofa, throws aside the grandfather clock. You thought it was beautiful and ornate and worth keeping. No, it's gone. He finds the cuddly toy, hurls it across the room. It wasn't in the way, but following instructions.
I told him to clear the way, and it's that any risk. He's gone full bodyguard. Like,
yeah. I think there is a moment where there is like this bare stone. You can start to see another large silver door the other side of this room. There are moments when he's cleared items of furniture, though, where there is just bare stone floor, and still yet it is on fire.
Worth noting. I mean, I'm not going to remember it, but at least maybe it's that Frisian fire I've been reading about in my books. Anyway, just Amaryllis has spent a lot of time here at the keep, just reading things at the, it's like, hey, sometimes you can set stones on fire. I'm like, amazing. There's a little thing called electricity. Maybe you'd be interested in it. I'm like, no, not really. Why electricity when magic? Yeah.
Sounds silly and not useful at all.
Nah.
Henry will clear you a path. How long does your animate undead?
That is a good question. Instantaneous. 24 hours.
Great. Well, you can have a little Henry for the rest of the maze then.
Folks, we joke about Tom always wanting a little friend, a little companion, because he gets ever so lonely, and now he's got basically a medieval suit of armour just following him around. Yeah. I
mean, you say little friend, but Amaryllis is canonically quite short, and this is a full suit of armour, I'm imagining, for someone who's about 6 foot. So
it's... Folks, we're doing Full Metal Alchemist, where we got the little guy and the big suit of armour. I won't drink my milk. You can't make me.
Was it the dog? I watched it in Japanese, so I can't remember the
it's big brother. It's like big brother.
The dog says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
for those of you who don't know, fine. For those of you who do, there's a thing going around on Twitter. Like, can you show a still from a thing that will ruin the people who know, but won't react? And it's that where you're just like, hey, I'm going to play with this dog. You're like, oh no.
The dog in Full Metal Alchemist and the dog in Futurama.
Yes. No, that's definitely. Although, again, to quickly dive out, the one that gets me the most in Futurama is the one where he thinks his brother's stolen his entire life, and then they go and dig up his body. Yeah, just something about that. It's
We're 15 minutes in, and we've not called talking as a free action, and we're out of character for I think about the third or fourth time already. Amaryllis makes it.
This is the problem about like the question masters having their encounters where we sort of keep popping up. It's like
Okay.
ghostly versions. Like, hey, how are you doing? I've got my avatar here. Anyway, I follow Henry. If I can get to the door, feel a little bit bad about the cuddly toy. I don't think the cuddly toy did anything wrong, but also
Did you say anything about that?
I'm not going to tell Henry off.
Okay.
Henry's doing the job. Top aces, Henry. Well done. Best friend. Hey, folks, if you can't make a friend, make a friend. Yeah, for 24 hours.
Speaking of, you make it to the door, and as you reach for the handle of it, the fire goes out.
Oh, okay.
Actually, as you walked through it, you probably would have noticed you never really felt too hot. Like, it was warm for sure. It was a little sweating going on, but it never actually felt properly burny hot.
I was about to go, I'm a lovely lady, I don't sweat. But no, Amaryllis is canonically, unfortunately, gross in ways. She probably does sweat quite profusely. And she's just going through
Tom,
some
that's
stuff.
by the by,
Yeah.
how gross Amaryllis is.
Yeah.
Everyone sweats. Hey, you,
Yeah.
the internet,
Yeah.
women sweat and fart. Okay?
Impossible.
Get over it.
Impossible. I would. Someone would have told me. I would have seen. I would have read about it in my many books.
That you wrote?
Yes, because I'm a terrible misogynist and refuse to think of women as people.
To be fair, we're not people. We do not exist. You've made me up. You're just talking to yourself again.
Look, people wanted an all Tom episode, so I just.
I'll just go and
I'll just
we'll do this instead.
How do you? Hello, the Tempest. How are you? You're. Oh no! Don't you leave me to. Oh no! Hey, folks. So it turns out sometimes there are repercussions for your actions. Poor Tom, stuck here in the dungeon for the rest of his life, here in the Twilight Zone. And that's the episode. So thank you to our sponsors for joining us here tonight. I'm being informed that they're all quitting because I'm terrible. And yeah, that's it. Even the ghost of a puppet. It's also quite interesting to see the Tempest unclothed again. I was watching old episodes before our fans delight Pixie, especially thank you for making her a lovely little jacket. She's doing a dance. I don't think we're going to get past this one room, really.
Should we try?
Yeah. You know,
roll another 200.
yeah. I'd say one of my greatest flaws is yes-anding, even when it does make me look absolutely terrible. I'm just like, terrible misogynist. Just absolutely horrible. That's a 40.
A 40? A 40, you say?
To shreds.
To shreds, you say? So I think actually as you grab the handle of the door, you start to turn it and you'll just suddenly hear behind you. You didn't like hear anything before this moment. You didn't feel any presence behind you, but you will just suddenly hear in your ear, "You seem to cope with that all right. How are you?"
Okay. That didn't go too badly. Have you met Henry? Why are you keeping skeletons in your temple?
It wasn't a skeleton.
Looking up at Henry. What are you, Henry? Look back at the Illusionist. There you go.
A skeleton doesn't have vocal cords, dear.
Well, not when you do. You're just a plain zombie there, Henry. Just a plain zombie. But not play Henry. Okay, why do you have zombies in your temple, Miss Illusionist?
Because you wanted them there.
Oh my God! I'm getting everything I wanted. But at what
Well, no, don't get too excited and full of yourself.
cost?
I mean, did you want to be on fire?
Just a little shrug. Amaryllis didn't want to be on fire. I've never.
But you wanted to be tested.
I did. I mean, it's the sort of thing that they do to witches. They burn them. So I guess necromancer, hag.
Only the idiots.
That's true.
You can't kill a true witch by burning them.
That's good to know, I suppose. Has anyone ever tried to set you on fire?
Oh, many times. It's quite fun.
I imagine. Anyway, sorry.
No. What was it that you seem to be full of all sorts of little, just kind of generally waft it at your head?
Just...
Neuroses, is that the word? Where did I pull you from? I say the kobolds did it for me, obviously.
You sort of see Amaryllis just like, of course.
Then you just see like poking their heads round like the bookshelf that was on fire that got thrown aside. You just see like a little draconic snout go and hide.
Very slow thumbs up. Again, having worked on the fort where Amaryllis is just used to things like turning up and be like, there's we're currently in a war against the undead. We're in a fort in the mountain.
So you're in a war against the undead.
I'm aware of the irony. I've been asked I made like a flesh golem, like all the skeleton. Like I cast like a spell because I thought, okay, I can make like Henry, nice undead.
No, you did a good job.
Thank you. But they sort of all kind of like melded together into one big fleshy skeleton, and then
fun.
The fact you're saying this and you can see the light in it, like, oh yeah, no, okay. Hey folks, we've got like a sliding scale of morality here, and Amaryllis is being pushed down one side. Yeah, no, well that's the thing. It was really big and scary, and I had it for like a minute, and then suddenly it turned around and started trying to attack, and they got a ballista bolt and just blew it up.
Why did it start attacking everyone else?
Because there's some sort of, I think there's another necromancer out there, and I would like to be able to try and communicate with them, but I've been told, no, that's a bad idea, you'll get corrupted. And I said, well, no, if I'm better than that necromancer, then maybe I'll be fine. But then
yes, that seems to be the answer. Get good.
Get good, scrub. That's yeah. But then I got told I have to go take care of the potatoes, which I think is a weird thing for me to have to do. But
are potatoes the undead?
They're not. No, they're not. Yeah.
Well, that's strange. How will you animate them?
I look forward to finding out. Because they have life. Because actually, you're sort of weirdly leaning in and like, oh, hey folks, this is great stuff that I never got to talk about in the actual game. Well, because I started looking into like druids as well, because when druids get powerful, they stop aging. So because the power of nature, and so if you think about like nature energy and then necrotic energy of being like a sliding scale, that both have the intensity that if you can stop aging through necrotic means, you can also stop aging through natural, through the forest or through that. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe there is a way of reanimating dead. Well, it's like the whole thing about like when people like, could you reanimate?
Okay, I'm bored now. I hope the rest of you kobolds got all of the notes about that though. Did you? Good? Yes.
Good. Okay. In the answer, I don't know how you reanimate a potato, but I look forward to finding out.
Okay, well, when you do, let me know, because we're after all the knowledge, and that sounds like something we should know how to do.
I won't remember this, you said. So how would I know?
Maybe I'll let you remember that you need to research animating potatoes.
I'll send you my thesis.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you shan't need to. I'll take it when it's ready.
Well, fair enough. That in my experience of academia, that is how it works.
Another room for you. Another room.
Yeah.
Another chest.
Yeah. I mean, I rolled a 40. Would you like me to roll again?
No, that
so-
stands.
just
I just wanted a little chat beforehand.
That's fine. I mean, rather than saying the code phrase, we can just chat. Let's let's get.
Oh no, that was us chatting, not the others chatting. That was us. Did you not want to chat?
No,
You're very talkative for someone who didn't want to talk.
No, I like talking. I don't get to like. This is while we're walking down the corridor. Like when I'm back in the fort, it's mostly me sort of running around. I'd also like to point out Amaryllis is walking. At the fort, Amaryllis is usually running everywhere, but Amaryllis is walking now. At the fort, it's all sort of like, go over there, Amaryllis, do that, make sure that you don't you summon the undead again. But no, it's just nice to have a conversation. It makes me feels like
Oh, don't get emotional. You make me feel gross.
Okay, I fucking hate it. What you just...
Okay. Well, don't say that.
Yeah.
You're having a good time, right? Tell me you're having a good time.
Yes, I'm having a good time. You're great.
Okay.
You're fun. What's your favourite... What's your favourite type of potatoes?
No. She's gone.
Also, Amaryllis, you said a rude word. Shame. Hey, folks, we can see whatever we like. We're on YouTube now. Okay. Room 40.
You open the silver door.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, the gentle sound of little music box notes blinky blonks through the air. You step into a wooden floored room. As you close the door behind you, you see it is not a large metal silver door. It is a wooden door with pink and yellow painted ribbons and balloons, and it says Rosie's room, and Rosie is scratched out.
For Tom, we're getting the Kill Bill air signs as we zoom in. Again, like, if you imagine, like, when we're controlling it, like, there's the ghosts of us, like, behind, and then we cut to Amaryllis, who's, like, impatched, like, oh, cool, someone else has got a flower name. That's nice. Okay, so, like, I guess Rose, yeah.
As you look around the room, the entire walls are covered, not as Tom might expect, with porcelain dolls. Because as we know, they were all put to sleep elsewhere.
Oh gosh, yes, yeah.
And they betrayed everyone, did the dolls. Instead, the entire walls are covered in panda puppets.
The Kill Bill horns get louder. Okay.
There was a faint rumbling.
Can I make an investigation as to where the rumbling is coming from?
Sure.
That's a 9 for a nat 1 and a +8. Whatever's going on with Tom is affecting Amaryllis.
Oh, Tom. Henry is also there with you, if that helps in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, Henry, we're certainly in for it now.
And the rumbling happens again, but it's super faint, like it's super quiet, like a really small rumble. Over to the left, over to the right, behind you, in front of you, down in the corner, up in the corner. And all of the pandas, red pandas, very slowly turn their heads to look at you.
Oh, it's just like I have to explain. I'm a hagling. I'm a child of two hags. This isn't scary, but if you are planning to jump me, I'm going to start firing, and that's not good. So, parlay, I guess. Let's just get this over. Look up at Henry and go, Henry, just protect me. I think the puppets are probably going to try and take my skin or something. So let's be...
Henry will try and look threatening, but is wonky.
Oh, Henry. Henry, no. What happened to you in that armor? A little bit like I'm trying to do back-to-back, kind of like flick through the book and like, no, you've already done necrotic stuff as just fire. So I'm like, I will just like one of them. I will burn you, unless you're nice. Maybe you're the souls of children trapped in puppets. It's the sort of thing that people do.
There is another, like, it's like the entire room rumbles in a tiny way as they all tilt their heads like a dog asking a question.
I let the flames. Henry, get ready. I think I approach one of them and I'm like, okay, what does one do? Okay, people say you put your hand out in front of a dog, but you don't do that because that's you just putting your hand in front of people's faces. Also, what the hell's a dog? What is that?
For those who are new here, dogs don't exist in the Roll Together universe, apparently.
Which is weird because they have like, again, like my character Giacomo had 2 dogs, but we don't know what those are. I mean, I was about to say cats, but dealing with a cat's a very different matter than. See, the Tempest knows. I try and seem I realise I'm threatened, but I'm trying to be non-threatening to these puppets.
They look like they're waiting. You said parlay. Maybe another insight check. I say another. You didn't make one before.
I assume you've made one in your life, you know. Insight is 26.
26, nice. You don't happen to speak primordial, do you?
I speak abyssal, common, deep speech, and infernal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The one that you're closest to in front of, like the rumbling seems to sort of ripple around the room and then focus in on the one that you're directly in front of. And with a 26 on insight, it's waiting to see what you do. You offered parlay, and it seems to be waiting to see what you have to offer.
I put my hand out to shake its paw. Nice to meet you. Shake. My name is Amaryllis. This is Henry. I met them about 10 minutes ago. I reanimated them. I'm not quite sure what I need to solve here. And I realise I came in very violent, and I don't want to be violent to you. I don't know if you can understand me, but I'm trying to talk to you in quite a calming tone. How can I be of assistance?
There is a moment, and then just more rumbling in response.
Okay, rumbles. What can I have to offer? Start going through my pockets. What have I got? Why does Amaryllis have a holy symbol? Just gets out a steak. No, that's not. When I shook its paw, did it just because it? I was reading into that puppet's face, sort of like confusion and a bit of animosity. Was that, or was it a genuine like, "Hello, nice to meet you"? Can I roll insight again on a puppet?
It wasn't like a super like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." It was more a yes. And what's next?
There's hundreds of puppets here, right?
covering the walls
Yeah.
and the ceiling.
Out of character, this is very cruel. Oh, are you sad that your wife got stolen? Well, which one is it? Which one is it? Also, because this does solve where we were like, where the heck did the one that went on the puppet's hand come from? Here! There's a room! We swapped it out. Also, I would like to point out some of the China dolls have been sent to Ceylon to go get pollen. They're out there somewhere.
They were not involved in the uprising. They'd already left.
Folks, we love to have like branching groups. You're like, here's the big group, and also these guys are off doing other things. Back with the pub in front. Do you want to? Do you want to come with me? I can show you the other rooms if you like. Have you seen the other rooms? No, you don't want to see the other rooms. Do you want something from me?
A pause.
Yes. Is it something that's going to hurt me? A puppety shrug. Is it something in this room? No. Okay. You're not going to sew buttons into my eyes, are you?
It looks like it's thinking like, I hadn't thought of that.
I'd like to say I wouldn't like that. That wouldn't be good for me. I mean, you've got lovely eyes. I just want to...
It doesn't seem to take the compliment well.
Okay. Folks, internally, Amaryllis is ready to swear at the puppet again. It's like, that's probably not a good idea. She's a rude young miss. Okay. I need to give you something. It might hurt me.
Do you what's your passive perception?
Percep is 13.
And Henry's a zombie.
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's eventually you'll get to the point where you're sort of sitting there thinking, where you suddenly realise that the rumble is around the room again, but behind you it's closer.
Henry, is there something coming up behind me?
Henry turns slowly to look and sees that the wall behind you has moved entirely. Like, it's right behind you both.
Right, okay. Henry, I think they're going to try and crush us to death. Hey, a little...
Sorry, what? Sorry.
Yeah, it's sort of like... Folks, I feel for Nat. The difficulty of being like, at least Nat can use her left hand occasionally. I'm just like, this is gone for the entire episode. Okay, little... You said Red Panda. I don't know if she knows what Red... Little friend, I think we're about to be crushed. I assume you don't want to be destroyed, so if you could help me out, we can... Look, you don't want to see other rooms, but I don't think you want to be crushed, right?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. It's a 3. I guess the puppet wants to be crushed.
You're just... The one that you're directly talking to, the thunder rumble, will start getting a little rhythmic.
Come on, Henry.
And as soon as you realise that it is laughing at you, it will dart forwards and grab onto you. Tiny little fake puppety claws will start trying to scratch at you along with all of the others. What would you like to do?
Is it? No, that's not concentration. I cast Spirit of Death. So the personification of death itself is coming. I'm going to fight these puppets off. Just... Amaryllis always knew it was going to end like this, which is a very odd thing for her to know.
Now, there's an important question here, Tom, because I know, spoilers, timey-wimey, this is recorded after we finish recording the series. I know what your Spirit of Death spell looks like. Did you want to save that for the actual series?
I mean, I think she deserves a little bit more of the spotlight than she might get later.
Okay.
As the Spirit of Death at level 4 rises up, she is pale. She is wearing a lovely tuxedo. She is carrying a massive scythe, and her mortal name is Silver. She is a Dampier who Amaryllis considers one of her best friends and also one of her worst enemies, that they have an immensely difficult relationship. Complicated. It has been commented that none of Evie's characters ever like mine. It's just an energy that we have, which is great. I would like to point out Amaryllis was once turned into a werewolf and threatened to eat Silver, which kind of made things better because Silver was like, "Good, you finally stood up for yourself." Yes, so a mixture between Silver and, was it Thanatos from Hades? just cool androgynous.
Too cool.
Yeah. Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Don't, because I have been trying to, no, out of character. I've been trying to romance Thanatos for so fucking long, and he just keeps turning up and being like, you beat me again, and then just disappearing.
I need to give you ambrosia.
Wait, let me give you treats.
Go talk to Juicer.
Anyway,
we are
Silver.
Silver and Amaryllis and Henry. I don't think this is probably going to go well, but I think as Amaryllis being like, this is going to be my last stand, it's just, again, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of Firebolt and Toll the Dead. So, again, not unlike Hades, there's just the clanging of bells. It's just... you can't animate puppets. Like, well, she can't, so yeah.
She can't, no.
She can't.
What happens then is... so Silver, the manifestation of Silver appears, sweeping that great scythe around. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
It would not
as
be
you are diving and firebolting and tolling the dead.
19.
19. Oh, that's actually pretty darn good. The one that you were talking to has dove for your arm. And looks like it's trying to bite down these puppets. Unlike the carionettes that have a needle, their paws can't hold a needle properly. No. They've not got opposable fingers, but they do have lots of very sharp teeth. And you see it go to bite down in your arm, but just in time you manage to fling it away and fling another one, and Silver carves through a whole bunch of them, and you see through the tornado of hand puppets another silver door beyond that you can push your way through to.
Henry, Silver, bogging out. Come on, let's go.
Henry
pew, pew, pew.
is covered in puppets
Henry!
and is staggering around.
Henry! I'm gonna try and blast some of the puppets off, but
all right, make me an attack roll.
With let's do Firebolt. Does a 15 hit these cloth puppets?
Yes, I think it would. You managed to blast a huge chunk of them off Henry, enough that he can move the armored leg and swing it around, and he throws a whole bunch more off his arm and staggers towards the door behind you. Silver, I think, looks at you and says, "Don't worry, I've got this," and just continues carving away.
I'm trying to think of what the fandom version of like hearts and eyes are, because the constant thing is like Amaryllis is it's like being at high school, and Silver's not the cheerleader. Silver's like the goth. Like, yeah. No, it'd be really cool if we hang out. You know, like I get to sit at her table. She's mean to me, but she pays attention. So, I think in Monster Hunters, Amaryllis had a crush on pretty much everyone because canonically everyone was hot again. Where Amaryllis is like, oh, cute. Yes, so it's nice to see Silver again, but also I know real world Silver would probably want to kick the living hell out of as many puppets as she could. You know, so yes, I will leave her to her. Oh, Nat, you're not letting me have 2 companions.
No, don't be silly. Don't be silly.
You got a Henry, and that's something. Yeah.
You stagger towards the door and you make it. And just as you reach for the handle, the door sort of disappears. Like your hand goes through it. And the illusionist is standing there and goes, "Oh, that was fun, wasn't it? Well done."
Just walking over the hands a bit close. It turned to violence.
Yes, it worked rather well, don't you think? I've had to modify it from the previous iteration of the room, but I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. Anyway, you've coped with 2 rooms now, so I'm going to call it talking as a free action.
I was thinking about that.
Hey, Tom.
Hello, Nat. It's almost like I haven't had a chance to talk to you all episode. What the heck?
Wild, yeah. Oh, gosh, how are you doing? I don't know.
Good. Yeah, no, like, what have we got to catch up on? Like, sad bits in Futurama. I'll give you a little question that I was talking to someone about.
Wait, that's not how this works.
Shut the hell up. You're
part of my
You're part of my imagination.
This is true. I'm not real.
Nat disappeared 20 years ago in that mysterious balloon accident. Another TTRPG Discord I was on, where they were talking about like, ooh, we love like the speeches you get in TTRPGs, you know, those big moments. And I was trying to think what like roll together. This might be, we could, hey, put it in chat as well. Like the big like roll together speeches we've had. Like what are those strong moments that we, you know. I was trying to like go, I think because we're all, I don't think there's ever been a time we've all shut up for like 3 minutes and been like, and now it's your chance to, you know. There's been like favourite moments, but
I was very lucky in that I did have that opportunity. I had in Mistranor actually, which is streaming right now. One of the episodes, I had a moment for Eldrathni where they pleaded to the Elven Pantheon.
Yes.
And I don't think we've hit that episode in the current airing of it yet, so I don't want to spoil it. But I think off air before this, we were talking about TTRPG moments that have made you cry. That is one of my few moments where I have genuinely cried on stream.
Again, it's that sort of thing of people going, oh, we love it when we make you cry. It's like, yeah, because you made me feel a strong emotion. Like, if I was just sitting there going, or like again for your speech where you're just like, yeah, my character feels this so deeply and I am reacting. It's
I mean, there's some moments in this campaign where it gets close.
I mean, yeah, there's some yes,
spoilers.
Spoilers where I personally nearly cried. Unfortunately, we ended stuff and I was like, and now I don't have to feel that anymore.
I'll just close my laptop and sit in the dark and stare and go, oh no.
I've pointed this out, folks, that I do live by myself, so I'm just like, okay, Tom, go have some hot chocolate and think about it's time for bed now. I get my candle, I put on my cap, and I'm like, okay, off I go. I think this is an ongoing question, and I'll be interested for people in chat, but like sort of going, because
have you had any like monologue moments? Did Giacomo? I feel like Giacomo had things to say.
Giacomo definitely had things to say. I don't know if Giacomo ever quite monologued. I think a lot of it was physical. Like for Giacomo, like saying goodbye to the elephant, you know, that sort of thing of like going visually, that's really strong. And yeah, sort of like, again, I think about moments of like saying goodbye to David's character, who now got my dogs. You know, just of course dogs aren't a thing. I guess they're like, I think it's like Harley Quinn. Maybe I've just got hyenas. Just like, yeah. It's really weird for like episode 11 of Flustered in the Feywild, which got lost. Like Pip basically telling Ogden, I care about you and maybe I won't sacrifice myself because maybe you make me better. Which is great. It was a really lovely moment, which of course is now being lost to the sands of time.
And of course the other version of that speech that you gave as Uslam to Cleo in Fracture, and it did not go as well.
No. I'd also like to point out, folks, that I'd kind of forgotten that Uslam was hideously hungover at the time. So if you're going to basically break up with the person who you think you're dating, don't do it when you've had a heavy night of drinking. Poor Fracture. They never, every time we meet anyone in authority, it's like, we got drunk, or we didn't sleep enough, or we just ate too many pastries and we've all got tummy aches. You know, it's bless them. Yeah.
Welcome to our skyship of disasters.
Poor Keeda being brought out. I was like, wow, the big wide world. Who knows
so
what they're
cool. No, you're not.
You're absolute messes. Yeah. See, because again, that was the thing where I was like that with Rebecca, where we were just like, okay, this is, I think, like we're talking about like yes ending. I think me and Rebecca bring out the worst in each other that way, where we're like, you know, and just...
Rebecca, like, wanting desperately for this poverty relationship to happen, but watching like a hawk for the tiniest misstep to jump on it.
Yeah. I'm thinking if this was like a video game, like Uslan would probably be an easy, because you're like, if you're nice to him, he'll be nice back to you. Cleo's hard. You've got to give Cleo the exact right gifts.
Cleo is the Astarion.
Yes, no, yeah, and that's sort of like, if you misstep, and well, yeah, we're just Cleo's just like, oh, right, so, why would you, okay, that's fine, it doesn't really matter what I've got to say. And then as Uslam slowly bangs his head, and then just like, I can't win. I think, again, like, we really are off topic, but there never was a topic, but that sort of thing of like going, I don't think he was wrong to go, I'm really concerned for you. And her go, well, I finally found, and it was like, no, but I want to help you. I don't know how. Well, you know, don't tell me how to live. I'm like, fine, get eaten by a dragon. Right, that's not the right response. Just, and we keep
also, you
out,
are both playing teenagers.
I was going to say, we're literally
who are
teenagers.
finding themselves and, you know.
And traumatized, where we look at both, we've had different, I think maybe Astel's the only one who's kind of had a decent, like, okay, yeah, I had to get up and sing, but everyone else was like, Etelis lived the life of happy joy.
Etelis' trauma was happening during the course of Fracture, whereas
Yes.
everyone else has happened before.
Yes. Again, I can't remember where it turns out, but when Asta basically says, oh, I liked you more when you were a tiefling, and I was like, cool, that came from me nearly dying. Thank you. I wanted to be my better self, and it turns out it's me with fairy wings. What do we want? Yes, chat.
I want to talk. Oh,
yes.
no, you finish that thought, and then I'm going to move on.
I was just going to say, chat, if you can think of any sort of like... I think that's the difficulty. It's not like great moments, because we've had hundreds, you know, but that
Not
sort
to
of thing.
brag, we've had a lot of great moments.
We are, you know, we're the best of what we do. But yes, just again, as I said, yes, ending. Where I'm just like, cool, you've called yourself a misogynist, and also now your ego is inflating into the size of the room. Yes, if people can think of like, oh, these are the strong sort of speeches, either for player or for DM, or again, it's.
Why is this? Is this just come up because of the other Discord question, or is this Tom's writer brain going like?
Bit of both, actually. You know, I was like, And I think it's quite interesting that, like, the other Discord were like, oh, these are moments from Critical Role or Dimension 20. And I had one from NADPod where, sort of... But then that sort of thing about going, what moments are we... Like I said, Ildrafne was a good one where I'm going to take my time to try and put my point across to this greater power. But I think because we're doing a lot of, like, collaborative storytelling, a lot of our, like, great moments have been duologues or, been back and forth conversations.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, also for some, like, people, if you can think of, like, what killer lines have we had? That one thing, you're like, right.
I mean, anything Evie says.
Oh, God, yeah. No, it just... Bless Evie. I'd also like to point out, me and Evie do get along. It's just, it's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe that we have where it's just like, anytime Evie's just like, what do you want? Why are you talking to me? Just, actually, that's been the really sweet thing about Blades, because Evie's playing this very odd character, but that thing of us both being able to, let's be odd together. You want to, you lick your eyes, you cover yourself in jam, and I'm like, yeah, it's just great. Norman's lovely. I can tell you folks, because when this is coming out, we're coming up, we do like solo adventures with people. Norm's is utterly heartbreaking because no one ever remembers Norm. So Norm lives an invisible life of like, slight spoilers. Basically breaking into someone's house and sitting at the table, and then like they're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Don't worry, you'll forget about me." And they do, and so pretends that they're part of the family.
Did Evie read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue before this?
Yes, yeah. And actually, I've been giving the heist titles, and it is called The Invisible Life of Norm, human. Yeah. Again, very, very good book, folks. Very sad, very poppety. Good time. Terry, sorry.
Also leaning on the I am sexy evil trope quite a lot, but
yes, yeah.
If you like some sexy evil times,
you can change them, folks.
You can change them, I promise. Anyway,
yes.
we're actually running out of time. We've done 2 rooms and not asked a single proper question. I wanted to ask you,
yes,
for this campaign, how are you enjoying Durrani's Echo first episode so far?
Absolute no, it's really fun. Really, again, I end up talking a lot about vibes, really good vibes of, especially for the characters. That actually, this is something that Nat will say later. All these characters are like not at their peak, but they're good at what they do. Like other campaigns, it's been like, we're just sort of bumbling our way through, and it's like the fact there's like a slight military theme to it. It was like, cool, if you decide to play silly buggers, people will get hurt, so we need to work. The fact we've got 3 actually high intelligence characters who are just like and when Dr. Durrani turns out, I was like, right, cool, science. And it's just like
science people, and everyone's like
science, and it's like magic. It's really fun. It's Mike's a really nice person as well as nice DM, and just like and again, I think with most of it, it's just always nice when you're like, cause Mike put a lot of work into it, and it's like appreciating us sort of going, we're having fun. It's also quite nice to have like quite a contained adventure where we're like, rather than sometimes we're like, cool, we're just gonna go to Waterdeep for a bit. You're like, no, you're not. You got this to deal with. I also loved the fact that like with Nexus, because that was filmed, Nexus Revolution was filmed back at Christmas, that both you and Mike were like, well, we don't really know what's coming up. And you being like, sincerely going, I don't know what's happened to Nora.
Genuinely didn't at the time.
Yeah, maybe Nora will turn. And at the end, it's like, what's the next thing going to be called, Mike? And Mike's like, well, I don't really know. And it's like, no, call it Durrani's Echo. I joked earlier.
This is it. We might get into this in the group talk together at the end of the series, but basically there was a different plan, I think, for this for Mike's campaign.
I will get into it, but I said like Nat's one shot, her first one, I inadvertently brought a werewolf to a silver mine, and now I've brought a necromancer to the City of the Dead.
Yeah.
And again, not to make myself too main character, but being like, cool. Amaryllis has a nasty habit of turning to her like worst side and being like, I know what will summon Henry will fix this. I've summoned the dead. And you're like, cool, everyone else is summoning the dead. And like I was trying to say earlier, that she's got that thing of going, yeah, but if I'm smarter, if I'm cunning, I can get away with this. And you're like, no, sweetie, or sweaty, or whatever you want to call it. No, honey, no, stop it.
Which is exactly why I'm there. I mean, it's mild spoilers for episode 2, I think, but I'm there as Nora going, yes, go ahead, fucking do it,
yeah,
but do it right.
I think the two of us, there's a really good energy there where, and again, sort of like we're getting, like the more we're learning about, I think it's interesting, like Nora, we learned a lot through other people, and then to finally go. And okay, maybe I tried to kill Nora off once if I just leaving her in the, she got out, she's fine.
A casual little leaving her in an apocalyptic, I mean, it's both you and Sean, to be fair.
Yes.
And Evie.
Yeah, well, you know, that trifecta. Yeah. I think, again, that really sort of... folks will see where you're going, but that sort of... It's nice to... I was about to say, it's nice to see women in STEM, but it's like... Science, technology, energy, magic.
And magic.
Yeah. Just that sort of, like, sweet... And to be fair, like, Amaryllis needs... mentorship. That seems to be the thing that she needs. It's just, it's unfortunate that you
don't need the cool girl in high school to be looking out for you. You need the teacher.
Yeah, and I think Amaryllis will have been that. Well,
actually, no. To be fair, you don't need the teacher. You need someone to point out that you are the teacher.
Yes. Like, unlike the TA who, it's again, if we're doing this like the high school thing where you're as the sort of like, you're like, hey, don't go sit. Don't have lunch with the students. No. We've got a staff room.
Come here. This is where you belong. You are talented.
Did you watch The Traitors? I don't know what that is. I don't have a television. Of course you don't, Amaryllis. We'll get into it in the talk together, but I have established that Amaryllis went to study creative writing and then became a monster hunter and canonically has written a book which I can, no spoilers, never turns up, but that is in the library at the fort, so people might have read Amaryllis's novel. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's, how many characters are you trying to have as published writers now?
Well, considering I'm a published writer, I mean, Pip has a book co-written. At the moment, Amaryllis. Again, we'll talk about that later. But I actually let's try and make all the characters.
Your secret quest. They will all publish a book.
Hello, welcome to Giacomo's Animal Handling. It's like, do you not want to talk about the fact that you came back from the dead? The elephant is a very big creature. Giacomo's probably seen a red panda.
Possibly.
Yeah.
At the circus, maybe.
At the circus. Yeah.
Well, we're running out of time, I'm afraid, Tom. We got distracted too much too early. Is anyone surprised?
I mean,
did anyone see this coming?
As I said, like in Nexus Revolution, where it got excited, it was like, oh, it's the timekeeper, and I was like, finally, the timekeeping badge is in one. Oh no, actually, no, I misspoke, and I'm like,
it's time rescue.
Time rescue. Come on, come on.
I do need it though. I need it.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. This is so technically because we've had a break. I'm counting this as season 2 of Tifa, so we can start the clock. We can start again.
Okay, sure.
This is episode 51.
Right.
Yeah. So technically, record starts again for season.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I'm only like 3 minutes over already. Yeah.
I'll just shut up now.
Amaryllis, you're whisked back into your body, and the door that you went to reach forward suddenly, as you're pouring at it, the handle becomes solid again. Not while your hand is in it.
Oh, it's all gone Star Wars!
Your hand is now a door. No, you were suddenly able to grasp the handle, and turn it. And as you open the door, a great silver portal with swirling pink and purple lies before you. And the illusionist says, "Do you have any last words?"
It's been a pleasure learning more about myself. I'll try and tell you about reanimating potatoes if that's something you're really interested in. If you've got any other questions, please find me. I'm used to people just sort of popping up in my head anyway, so.
I'll be watching. Don't you worry. Don't expect any help from me at all ever, though.
No, I never do. The book on her hip vibrates violently as she's flung back through the portal.
Oh, I should have asked about that thing. That looks interesting. Why didn't we get on to... Oh, well, never mind.
No!
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, being part of this show. If you enjoyed this, this is on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. We stream stuff, so you can come and watch us on Twitch live. Well, no, we're not live, but the chat is live.
Yeah.
We pre-record for safety, and because otherwise you'd see a lot more of this waffle. Anyway. Join the chat from 6 till 9 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday evenings. So Mondays, we've currently got Durrani's Echo, which is Mike's campaign about my character and other characters too. And
I'm also there. As I said, two massive egos in the same people. You're like, it's mostly about a lovely scientist and also the people who are around.
A lovely, innocent, gentle scientist who did
Dr.
no
Durrani,
wrong in her life.
Dr. Durrani has done no crimes.
No crimes. Just lovely science.
Lovely science.
No war crimes, no murders.
What murders?
What murders? Doesn't count if the plane is doomed anyway. So that's a campaign that's happening Mondays for the next 3 weeks. I will say it's not specifically about me. It's just that I bought that.
You're the titular character. If I must.
Tuesday nights, we've got The Wreckage of Mithranor, one of our classic 12-parter shows that is full of lore and elven history and awful magical items and people who do not get along.
It is about a vampire elf and also
a vampire elf and her big hammer. And some other people are there. It's not. It's about a group of us, and we have a lovely, awful time.
It's looked upon as the one when people are like, are we doing like an evil campaign, or are we doing a PvP one? Where like, we did it. It was once again.
No one's fully evil, but there is the PvP campaign.
Yeah. Once again, where people were like, are they fighting? I'm like, no, they're acting.
Yeah, we all get along very well.
Yeah.
You have managed to make this outro run on for another 4 minutes. I've lost me the new timekeeper badge. How dare you, Tom? Friday nights. Oh my god. Okay, so Mondays, Tuesdays, D&D stream, 6 till 9 p.m. GMT. Friday evenings, we've got Tom's Blades in the Dark campaign.
We don't have time to talk about that.
It's called The Cult of the Circle, and it's great. You should watch it.
It's good times. It's good fun. Also, Fridays, we're going to probably eventually have other TTRPGs, so let us know what you want to see. When you do mention it, we do pay attention, and we all get very excited. Like, someone mentioned Mass Effect, and then it became about who are we smooching in Mass Effect. It's one of those games.
Tom's doing it again. So, also, thank you to all our sponsors and supporters. You can watch us on Twitch. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on a podcast. You can find us on social media. Just look for Roll Together RPG across all of these places. Huge thank you to our D20 Club. You are amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. Everyone, thank you very much. Tom, I'll see you soon, very soon.
We've got another recording, folks, in about 20 minutes. I might put on another scarf. You don't know me. You don't know my...
Tops. Bye! Always stay classy at the table. Bye!
Stay classy at the table!
Ah!